Hello everyone. I am Sean. Today we are going to talk about family finance planning. In general, a family has following financial needs. First of all, the emergency fund usually should cover 3 to 6 months of live expenses. Secondly, we need protection, just in case some unexpected happens. And most people work for a comfortable retirement. And parents want to provide the best for the kids, so education expense is always the top list. To achieve all those financial goals, we can't do it without investment and planning the tax strategy carefully. Before we start, I want to talk about the basic concept of investment, which is to earn return on your invested money. But how hard your money works for you. There is an easy estimation rule to remember, rule of 72. Basically, using 72 divided by the annually return rate you can get to estimate how many years your money gets doubled. For example, if the annual return is 4%, your money will be doubled in 18 years. If the annual return is 8%, then it's 9 years. Of course, the higher annual return you get, the shorter time you need to double your money. But how much return rate is reasonable? Let's check the history graph. As you can see, in long term, everything goes up, including inflation. You might notice that small stocks grow the most, but it also has the biggest risk, which means it may go up and down a lot. Usually, bigger return means bigger risk. Diversity is very important for every investor. And everyone's tolerance of risk is different. Usually during younger time, people can take more risk. As people get older and closer to retirement, we need to be more conservative. Obviously, putting everything into high-risk investments might not be a wise choice. But on the other hand, if someone tries to avoid any risk and only invest in certified deposit, the return is very low, might not even beat the inflation. So, the key point of financial planning is to find an investment meet the goal with minimum risk. Is there a product that's safe enough without losing money, and can also grow with the market? The answer is yes. Most people know two types of investments: fixed return, such as certified deposit and bond, and variable return, such as stocks and mutual funds. For fixed return, usually you get an expected annual return and won't lose money. For variable return, it totally depends on the market. Not everybody knows there is a third type, index-linked product. You can lock your earnings while also grow with the market to a certain degree, usually in a form of cap or participation rate. A cap means a maximum you can earn, and participation rate means you get a percentage of total market growth. However, you can't just get these types of products in regular market. Just like you can't purchase prescription drugs over the counter. Only big companies under strict regulations can provide these types of products, such as insurance companies. Let's see a quick example: Transamerica's annual point-to-point strategy return. The red line shows for 10 years looks-back period. It's much stabler than S&P 500 returns. And in 30 years long term, it's very close to S&P 500 return. You might ask, if it's close to the S&P 500 return, why do I want to buy life insurance? Well, besides your investment is stabler and you get some protection. The most important reason is that the government encourage people purchase life insurance and charge no tax. You might wonder how much difference it can be. Well, it might be more than you think. Let's make an extreme example. If someone has superpower and can double investment every year. Starting from $1 after 20 years, he can have $1 million. But if he needs to pay 33% tax every year, he can only have $28,466 after 20 years. Of course, this is just an extreme example. In real life, let's say you can earn 8% yearly, but after tax it's 6% yearly. Using the rule of 72 we just talked about, you know that after 24 years, there will be 100% difference, which could mean that retire with $1 million or $2 million. So saving tax plays a very important role in financial planning. Most of investment belong to one of the tax brackets. Either tax yearly, tax later, or tax-free. We need to avoid those tax yearly. And be careful of tax later. We don't want to put too much money into tax later because there is required minimum distribution, RMD, after 72 years old and tax rate might be higher in the future. And ideally, we want to convert tax later part into tax-free part during the year we have lower income, such as just get retired. Tax later is like hot water, and tax-free is cold water. Each year you need certain amount of water to survive. Sometimes due to emergency, you might need more water. In this case, you need both hot water and cold water to make your tax bracket ideal. If it's too hot, it means for that year, you are paying a higher tax rate. If it's too cold, it means you are not planning well and paying too much tax for other years. So you need tax planning. And IUL is the great tool for the tax planning. Such a great tool, of course, comes with a price. Maybe the fee is the number one reason people stay away from IUL. But if you compare that with the tax you are going to save in the long run, it's definitely worthy. And the earlier you buy, the less fee you pay. I bought IUL for my 8-year-old daughter, and the fee for that policy is much cheaper than mine. You are welcome to contact us for details because the insurance company keep bringing out new products with different options. Besides IUL, Annuity is another insurance product that's very useful for retirement planning. Take myself as an example. Before I know about Annuity, I was trying to split my retirement account into two portions, one to guarantee my basic retirement that can never lose money, and the rest for more aggressive investments for more returns. I thought bonds can meet my first requirement. But I was wrong. I actually lost money in 2020 and 2021 for bond. Fortunately, I converted them to Annuity in 2021 and avoid further downsize in 2022. And the Annuity provided something that no other investments can provide, which is lifetime income. We all knows that Social Security will not be enough for a comfortable retirement, and very few companies provide pension now. Annuity is like self-funded pension. And sometimes even better, such as possible death benefit, flexible of tax conversion, and enhanced income benefit when needed. Having Annuity remove the fear of living too long and running out of retirement money. Humans' life will get longer and longer as we expected. It's possible at certain point that average age can reach 100 or more. Even now, about 5% of people can live more than 98 years old. As an individual, this is a big risk if we haven't planned for it. An individual has to plan for the worst, but the insurance company only has to plan for the average. Researches also show that people with Annuity have a longer average life. It might be a chicken and egg situation. But if you believe in yourself and the technology growth, I definitely recommend to put some part of your retirement fund into Annuity. So far, we have talked about protection using IUL and retirement using Annuity. What's next? For family with kids, college funding could be next. Many people think financial aid is for low-income family only and they believe they won't get anything. That's totally wrong. As you can see, even with more than $24,500 adjusted gross income, there is still possibility to get financial aid. But you plan it as early as possible. Here are 4 major factors for applying financial aid: income, assets, family size, and number of children in college. Here are the formula about how to calculate your financial aid amount. The base idea is to reduce your expected family contribution to get maximum financial aid. But how? Good question. Did you plan it and put your money in the right place? As you can see, saving for 529 plan is not financial aid friendly. However, IUL as 7702 and Annuity as retirement asset are financial aid friendly. Just provide another reason why we want to invest into IUL and annuity. And remember, you must apply for financial aid, otherwise you have zero chance. It's always worthy to spend some time to try. One last thing we are going to talk about today is long-term care. It's actually why I am in this business. As you know, Washington State is the first state that planned for estate tax to pay for long-term care. But the benefit it can provide is far worse than those commercial ones. Fortunately, it allowed people to opt out if they already own them, so most people get their owns. However, we don't know if other states follow. Will they leave enough time for people to purchase their own? So be prepared is always a good thing. Long-term care is not cheap and can significantly affect your financial plan. Again, insurance company provides products to transfer the risk. And if you have IUL, you can spend less by adding a LTC rider to cover it. Just another reason why IUL is useful. Today we talked about many insurance products and their usage in general. However, it's impossible to talk about detail numbers for each product. There are hundreds of them and each of them might be suitable for different clients. As an agent, it's our responsibility to design and find a best solution for each client. And if you are interested and care about your financial future or want to be financial independent earlier, you are more than welcome to join our team. Our company belonged to Aegon and Transamerica. If you haven't heard of it, Bank of America was part of Transamerica. Aegon is one of top 500 global companies. In short, we are a big and long-established company. To join and learn more, you only need to pay $125 one-time fee and pass background check. As you might know, financial business is a highly regulated industry in US and we can only work with people with integrity and clean background. That's all for today, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Thank you very much for your time. And I wish you a wonderful day and a promising financial future.